breaking news after the U.S. warned all day of a full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine, that it was imminent. Vladimir Putin has just addressed the Russian people.
The Russian President Vladimir Putin has launched a major military operation against Ukraine.
Of course, as war unfolds in Ukraine this morning, explosions and sirens heard in and around Kyiv overnight.
My name is Mr. Caravano.
Shannon Sobia.
James Becker.
I teach world history, 9th grade primarily.
I'm a history teacher at Pinelands, and I teach U.S. history and advanced placement European history.
Surveys of law, sociology, and world studies. What's going to happen is once we've already experienced it, we felt it in our pocketbook, which is the when you go to buy gas at the gas station and stuff like that. Even though presently the prices are coming down, this was one thing that a lot of people said that the reason for the rise in gas prices was due to Russia invading Ukraine, because there's a stoppage. There's a stoppage of anything. Ukraine is the #1 producer of seed oil, all right, sunflower seed oil, all right, any kind of products that have that ingredient in it, the price of that product's going to go up. So you're going to feel that at the store automatically. Those are the global ramifications of that. Is that a lot of people are like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, but at the end of the day, once you start to feel it in your pocket, that's when actually people are going to start looking into like, okay, what can be done to stop this so we can go back to the way it was before this. So, like in my view, I think both sides need to come to the table again, and they have to hash this out. What can we do to stop further Russian invasion in Ukraine? And maybe the Ukraine might, at the end of the day, might have to cede some more land to Russia. But then again, it just leaves a black eye on both countries.
So globally, right off the bat, we're obviously, as a world, we're coming out of the pandemic. So with that, you have the rise of inflation. And now I think you're also going to see, obviously, the increase in gas prices. Anytime there's a conflict internationally, you're going to see the increase of gas prices. People freak out over commodities that are limited, and there's only so much oil in the world. So naturally, the price goes up. So that's what you're going to see, as well as inflation. In addition to that, what I think is something that very few people are talking about, because in our nation we don't truly experience it just yet, but I think there is going to be a major food shortage that is caused by the lack of wheat and flour that is being produced, because Ukraine is a major producer of flour, wheat, and other products like that. So I think you're going to see third world nations especially are going to struggle to feed themselves, and the price is just going to increase as well.
So I knew that question was coming, and I figured I probably should have answered it as part of it, because again, it has to do with whether or not the United States should get involved. And why this is a problem, and why we can't allow this to happen. Have a nation like Russia feel as though they can go and invade nations whenever they want. And I think the global impact that's most significant is not even in this region, not even in Europe. It's that if Russia succeeds or does not get checked with attempting to do this, what's to stop China from also realizing that, well, we're a powerful nation too, why can't we just take Taiwan? And that's another issue in another part of the world that would have major global impact. Taiwan was part of China until the Chinese Civil War, during the beginning of the Cold War as well. They are considered a separate nation by the United Nations. China's never, the People's Republic of China has never acknowledged Taiwan to be independent. And, we've already seen some of the consequences where there is a little bit more of aggressive action on China towards Taiwan. And Taiwan is an important nation when it comes to trade, especially for microchips, which everyone in the country and in the world needs for pretty much everything that we have. So I think there are global implications for nations that might feel that they too can become aggressive.